Welcome to Critical Thinking with Andre, and I appreciate everyone' attention and respect for watching my show. Thank you. Hello there. Welcome to Critical Thinking with Andre. And today's discussion is about Donald Trump should have been arrested a long time ago once these Epstein files came out. Because Donald Trump works for the American people. He's an employee. He's not above the law. No, he isn't. Yes, today's discussion is about why Donald Trump is not arrested and being arraigned for these accusations. Of course, these are accusations, but they look credible. And his name is mentioned in some very serious ways in these Epstein files with regards to trafficking young babies. Because these young women, I don't care if they were 17, 18, 13, or 12, or 11. They still babies. I don't care. Little girls are little girls. Let's get that straight. They're not grown women. Period. 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 I, myself, have been the stepfather of two beautiful young ladies. As they grow up, they were still babies to me, and they're still babies to me today. Even now, they're in their 30s and 40s. However, I must say, or 30s and 40s. However, I must say what Donald Trump has been accused of with his friends in high places need to be arrested regardless. And it could happen because the police department in the United States had the right to arrest Donald Trump for these accusations. Because I don't know where the Justice Department get away with saying that Donald Trump cannot be arrested. Where they come up with these, opinions or theories or ideas or suggestions? How did they come up with this? Just out of thin air? I don't know. But critically thinking, Donald Trump works for the American people. And so does his friends who were mentioned in the Epstein files. So right now, all of them should be arrested and arraigned and investigated for their activities with Epstein. Period. Because Epstein was a criminal. Yes, he was. He was a criminal. And more than likely, friends and his friends may have been his co-conspirators, his close friends. So we need to investigate this. This is insane. How can the American people be bamboozled like this? Because the Justice Department came out with this thing that a sitting president cannot be arrested and investigated while he's sitting president. That's insane. That's a lie. Because the president of the United States worked for the American people, critically thinking. And we pay his bills. We pay for him to be there. But we ain't say you can be king or criminal or some maniac. Now, I know a lot of his supporters may not like that. But do you think you should go ahead and say, Donald, come on over and stay with my grandkids for the weekend? And bring your friends too. Yeah, I bet you like to bring Donald over to the family gathering or the church children layover or monthly meetings at any of your conservative gatherings with your babies. Unless you're into eating children and like to see them get raped and murdered and molested by some old rich guys. If you're into that, that's your thing. However, I think us sane people in the 21st century do not go for that medieval craziness or insanity, because it sounds to be these people are crazy. I don't care what you cut it. I don't care how far they religion, whatever BS, voodoo, they got going on, or oh God forgive me, whatever kind of praying they doing. That look like some crazy stuff to me, man. That look like some joyful stuff for them. Laughing stuff, giggling stuff, because that's what they're doing to us as human beings on this planet and here in America. Because they say, oh, well, we got the money, we got the power, we got the media, we got the friends, we're going to do as we please. No, you're not. Every governor in the United States governor had the right to say, hey, there may be a crime that can be committed. I think that our police department need to look into it. It looked like it's a crime against humanity. So I would suspect that each state's attorney for each state general attorney, state attorney, whatever you call them, should investigate this and probably ask Donald Trump and the boys to come in for an arraignment. Because this looks like this is a crime against humanity. I mean, New York can do it, Georgia can do it, Tennessee can do it, Alabama can do it, Minnesota can do it, Maryland can do it, Hawaii can do it. They can ask Donald Trump. Those states' attorney generals can ask Donald Trump and his cohorts, come on in, fellas. Having a discussion about this situation, about the files and stuff. You ain't got to wait on the federal attorney general. No. This is a crime against humanity. Oh, heaven! Critically thinking. I believe there is some kind of loophole that you could do this and then tell the Supreme Court, meet me in court. And I like to see how those Supreme Court justices will rule on this. Seriously. Because if they rule in Donald and them favor, then that tell you what kind of Supreme Court you actually have. And that means you have to modify the Supreme Court. That's it. When you got a Supreme Court that support this kind of behavior, you got a corrupt Supreme Court, period. So, yes, this should be a challenge. This should be, the governor of Maryland should go ahead and say, hey, Donald, we want to send our state attorney general over there. We want a warrant for Donald arresting his cohorts. And send it to the Secret Service and let the Secret Service know we like to arraign Donald, bring him to the state court house and arraign Donald for these crimes that been alleged. We don't know if they actually happened. Donald, listen, you don't get the benefit of the doubt. But this needs to be investigated for the American people. Because listen, Donald, let me tell you the reason why. As I was driving down the street in Baltimore City, we had people from out of town, they children, and they was clenching them. After this came out, man, you can see people on the street clenching their kids, man. They acting all strange. Women, I bet you today, this summer, man, people gonna be, going crazy, Donald. This, they're gonna be women, their children gonna be out playing, and they're gonna be saying, oh yeah, let play, oh, but you gotta think about them pedophiles. And then they're gonna be thinking about Donald. Donald, it's going to be people's mind, man. It's going to be on people's mind all summer. It's going to get hot. Women going to be thinking about it. They thinking about it now, man. I'm telling you, this got women scared about where their children go. And fathers, too. Because they hear about missing kids and stuff, and then they start to think about this rich cabal. You and your father was running with Bill Gates and the boys. These are just accusations, Jack, but your name's in the file. So, all we just want each state attorney general to investigate this. And they can do that by law. They can. And Donald, as far as I'm concerned, you in the hot seat. I mean, man, you know that you was a criminal and you shouldn't have ran, but you were running to cover up. I know you were. But covering won't do. Now on the sheet, it's not a political thing. It's not a racial thing. It's not, it's not a black and white thing. This is I could say God, positive force, ancient spirits has just said this won't do in the 21st century, cat. This sound barbarian. you know, if you advocated your rights, if you advocated your rights, and I mean by that, if you advocated your rights to to do the right thing, by not allowing yourself to, do this, being caught in this kind of situation. If you already allowed yourself to get, you know, I mean, I might as well tell you, Donald, you work for the American people. And the bottom line is, we haven't advocated our rights. We haven't repealed our rights to allow you to become king, because you're not. We haven't given up the right to advocate on, we haven't given up the right to speak out. We haven't given up the right to let you know, Donald, you need to be arrested immediately because you're not a king. You work for us. And bottom line, you and your boys work for us. We pay your checks. The CIA, we pay your checks too. We pay the Army checks. We pay everybody checks. Now, in the bottom line, we have a social society here, Donald. We're going to have to give it to you straight up. You're going to have to be arrested for these accusations. Sorry to say, buddy, but those guys over in the Justice Department, they don't know what they was talking about. I know they was trying to do some social structuring for the American people, uplift the power structure, the white folks thinking above us, like we don't know anything. No, Donald, I'm going to have to give you the bad news. The American people do know that you don't have those kind of powers. And so each governor needs to say to this attorney general, get a warrant out for Donald arrest, and notify the Secret Service that you will be locking Donald up. And Donald, now you can't call out the military because we haven't given you the right. Matter of fact, as long as the people do all that crap, that stuff that talking about Donald can do this. No, he can't do none of that stuff. The people have the right to do that. If Donald did some of that stuff, I know he did that crazy stuff down there with them stormtroopers he got. He's trying to play like he got an army. No, Donald, you don't have no army. Let me straighten you out right now. If you don't act crazy because you don't want to see crazy. As my father, he did 2 tours in Vietnam. I come from a military family. You don't want to see crazy. As my father said, I asked my father about Vietnam. He said, you don't want to know. Period. You don't want to know. Period. Now, Donald, don't act crazy. You and your people don't want to know. Period. Now, you can talk all the miesto and watch what you see on television and all this, but war is no joke. And when it's been brought to America, it won't be no joke. So keep your cool, brother. And we got legal systems here, and we will be going, and we are a civilized civilization. We are mental people with critical thinking. That's what we're doing here. We're thinking critically to lock you and your criminal friends up. That's all. And we're going it the correct way. We it's our right to take it, lock you up, arraign you, and have the Supreme Court to tell us otherwise, that you had the right to rape, murder, and kill people and eat people. Then we'll be wondering what kind of Supreme Court we have there. So that's the way it is, Donald. Excuse me, folks. That's the way it is, Donald. That's just the way it is. So that's critically thinking. So, Donald, it's not our fault, man. You shouldn't have done what you did. And what they say, what's done in the dark will come into the light. And when you out there, them pictures look kind of crazy, man. I can't wait to see the videos. I know they coming. Eventually, everybody going to see the video, and they don't want to get stunned. They know it's coming. There's going to be some videos out there because, Donald, I'm going to have to give you the bad news. It's not your enemies. It's not. You should have been praying. You should have prayed. You should have did the right thing. You should have prayed to God and did the right thing. It's not, you could pray now, but it's too late. God didn't say, hey, all I can say it's too late. It's God, positive force, or ancient spirits. I don't know. I'm going to tell you like this. I don't know. But me as a godly man, I don't think it was some friend of yours. As they say, God working mysterious ways. He can be working through a person. Absolutely. Take it like that, Don. He can be working through person, events, all that stuff. I'm going to give you the bad news. You and your friends, you have deep crit, man, And any of them, your friends and your supporters, got any, problem with that, you invite Don over to your house and have a run with your children or whatever. He can stay a month. Him and all his buddies, they can stay 2 years. Y'all can live in a camp together, as far as I'm concerned. But it would be barred off, meaning that you won't be living in the open society. You kind of had to live somewhere else. You into that medieval crap, I don't know, the voodoo crap, that witchcraft stuff, I don't know. That's a little beyond me, man. So I'm going to take it like this. And that sex trafficking, period, of babies. They weren't no grown women. Let's get that straight. They were not grown women. These were babies. Babies. I know baby girls when I see them. They babies. Don't tell me they're not babies. Now, when they get grown and try to whip your butt, they're not babies. When the girls talk about, I'll knock you out, and they're not babies. They're not babies. But beyond that, they babies. When they act, as far as I'm concerned, even the girls, like I said, they're in their 30s and 40s now, they babies. But when they start wanting to put their hand on them, they're not babies. But beyond that, they babies. But them kids, they were way below 16, 17. Some of them look, hey man, that little girl looked like she was a child, man. Some of them little girls that they had on that man's lap that girl looked like she was like 4 or 5 years old, man. Nasty people, man. Nasty. Nasty people. Nasty. Nasty. That's pretty nasty, man. I can't get with it. Can't get with it. Can't get with it. Can't get with it. Just can't get with it. You need to arrest that man. Immediately. I'm just serious. This is critical thinking. This is critical thinking. I'm just saying, we have the right to arrest him, man. This man is not above the law. Arrest him immediately, man. Man, every time I think about it, just gets to me, man. I'm serious. Well, you like my point of view about Donald being arrested, and he can be arrested. I mean, he's not above the law. You can arrest him on, crimes against humanity, man. That's what it is. Crimes against humanity, man. We living in the 21st century. We're not animals, barbarians. I know you probably saying, oh, yeah. No, man. White boys, y'all need to straighten up. Goddamn, man. You stop begging Donald for some money. What's wrong with you guys, man? Stop begging. Get a job. A lot of you do have jobs, but, do a little better, man. Goddamn. The only reason, y'all can't, it's not my problem that, white women, are choosy now. Goddamn, they choosing different men. That's not my problem. That's your problem. You can't, that's life. Get used to it. Sure. And you better, and stop looking for handouts. I know Donald giving these guys over there that are not qualified. Everybody see Donald giving all these white guys jobs and people jobs. We know they ain't qualified, so what the heck? The country's going down the drain, and Donald, you show us. I wouldn't even took a job from Donald to look embarrassed like that. I wouldn't even let my face be seen. Nah, Donald, I like that other guy in the first term when them guys was turning down the job. Nah, I ain't gonna be no fool go ruin my reputation. And you think I'm gonna be a dummy? Oh no, Don, I apologize, brother. You all right with me, but you can handle it. You get somebody else. Somebody much qualified than I am. No, I wouldn't even put my face up there. I looked at that fool and said, okay, get back with me next year on that stupid stuff. You got it. You the man. No, ain't put me in that jam. You jam yourself up. I know who you are. And I ain't there, man. I'm not with it. It's not worth it. Man, you guys got some foolishness with you, man. You living in a modern world. All that stuff them people be talking about, Donald Trump a dictator. Dictate where? Dictate where? Man, don't you know? I can tell you man, you must be crazy. Them guys, yeah, they ran up there acting stupid. They look like the dummies. Big dummies. They could have been a part of that cabal. Who knows? Donald could have been paying them people hundreds of millions of dollars, him and his boys, hundreds of thousands of dollars. They could have just took hundreds of thousands of dollars. You got a lot of poor people on the street. They could go to jail for a little while. Who knows? What could have went on? They could have went to jail for a little while, got paid some money, paid their relatives, give them jobs and stuff. But we don't know what kind of kickbacks going on in the world with this kind of crap going on. We don't even know some people he let out of prison are part of the slave trade, man. You may have to investigate them. We don't know that. What is that? Critically thinking. This Donald Trump thing is deep, man, to me. So I think that the police departments around the country, and I think that each police department needs to investigate these people. That's right. Are they a part of these, when they come back home? Are they? You ought to check them out. Are they a part of this sex ring? Are they? You don't know. Did they receive any money? Follow the money. You don't know. You don't know. We don't know how deep this is. I think these people need to be investigated, regardless. And back home in the towns and cities that they go to, you need to check them out. You think we shuck, man? Don't be foolish. Don't be fooled, because this thing looks to be funny. If it's tricky to you, does it look tricky to you? It looks tricky to me. Check them. This critical thing with Andre. No, the rest, Donald, he's not above the law. He's not above the law. If the Supreme Court come out and say we support murder and all that, nah, everybody had the right in their day in court. Isn't that correct? So Donald got his right in day in court. Period. Period. He got the right day in court. Him and his buddies got their right. I don't want to hear about the Congress talking about, oh, we're going to impeach him. Don't impeach him. Don't impeach him. Every state attorney general in their state have the right to arrest each of those people who've been mentioned in the files and investigate them on these accusations. That's the law. Period. I don't know where you get it from. And the Justice Department, if they say anything otherwise, then they need to go, you know what I'm saying, and they're not been acting right anyway. So tell the Justice Department, go, unless they want to, get themselves arrested in the state, And don't forget, the police department, the federal government works for the people. And let's not get confused on that. I think you guys are a little on high on your own stupidity. That's what it is. You must be high on your own stupidity. And the other people that support you, hey man, like I said the first time, I would not go into none of those Christian churches. None of them. I don't know what they're doing there. I don't know who they sell either. Do you? Think about it. This stuff is deep. All right, folks, I'm gonna get off here because, I don't want to go too far. I'm a Christian myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Christian, but, I'm going to every Christian church. That's the bottom line. All right, you take care. Have a good day. Thank you for coming to Critical Thinking with Andre. If you like this information, hit it. If you don't, whatever. But I believe Donald, like I said, we have the right to arrest Donald Trump right now. And as citizens of the United States, through our state attorney office, and bring him in and his cohorts to investigate these accusations. Okay, you have a good day. This is Critical Thinking.
Thank you for coming to Critical Thinking with Andre, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe.